case anyone else just came in and I missed you and you're new to me, my name is Maeve. This is a vinyasa class. I think of it as an all levels class. I give you lots of offerings and you take what works for you, you leave the other things behind. Nothing should be too challenging in the sense that there's always something else you can be doing in place of poses that are maybe not accessible today. We're gonna start in any comfortable seated position with your palms turned up. Palms turned up, elbows gently bent, broadening across the chest, allowing the eyes to soften or to close. And then attention starts to move from all the other things to your breath. So you move inside, you move internally. And these first moments of connecting to your breath, you might not even change how the breath is coming in and out of your body. It might just be observing how that path is, that path in, that path out. Observing the volume of the breath, the quality of the breath. This hand position with palms up, it's this Hasta Mudra, hand position. Literally, that's what that means, hand position. It's just an opening, receiving hand position. It's like you're waiting to receive a gift. And you are. You're receiving the gift of your yoga practice today. You're going to move to your hands and your knees. And I'm going to encourage you to keep your gaze soft or closed and really stay internal as you move here. I'm not going to give you any instruction other than to move your spine, to move your hips, to move your shoulders. So it could look like cat-cow. It could look like a series of side bends. It could be circular. It could be a whole combination of those things. We are, in general, sitting more than many of us have ever sat before, right? We're just sheltering a lot of the time, and by way of being in our houses, oftentimes we're sitting more. Thankfully, it's summer. Hopefully, we're all moving to some degree outside. It's really healing and beneficial. But the thing that suffers exponentially is our spines, our back. So I want you to move with freedom, or I invite you to move with freedom. What I want doesn't really matter, but I invite you to move with freedom in your back and move it any way that feels wonderful so that you don't have to worry about what it looks like, how someone else would perceive your movement. It's just for you. I literally can't see you. Maybe play with the arm position. Maybe taking one arm forward, one arm back. Maybe taking them wider than you normally take them, or narrower. And I know open-ended can sometimes feel like daunting, like, oh, why won't you just give me more instruction? Just go with it. Come through center. Right leg back, left arm forward. Cross, elbow, knee come together. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw to hip. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open. Stay here, breathe. Consider bending the back leg, finding your foot with your hand and kicking your foot away. Open back up. Bring the hand down, step your right foot outside of your right hand, and then open up. Right hand to the sky. Maybe bend the back leg. If it feels too soon for you to take this back foot, don't worry about it, don't do it. And if you have the foot, release it from the hand, tuck the back toes, turn the back heel in. Start to build this front leg straight. So you're starting with a bent knee, and then you're starting to press that leg through to roll open, coming into an easy triangle. Easy triangle. Use your big toes in the ground, calves to shins, shins to calves, kneecaps lifting on the thighs. And then bring both hands around. Come up onto the back toes, pull the inner left thigh back to start to bring that left hip around. And then just pause here. Spine is long, you're up on the back toes, you're pressing into the front toes. One more breath in. Bend the front leg, step back to plank, pause. Step forward to the toes. Lower all the way down to your belly, please. Curl the heart forward, push into the top so that you get all of your toenails down. Curl into cobra. And then press back into child's pose. Round the spine through cats, come into neutral. And then take your left leg back and your right arm forward. Find your center, inhale. Exhale, elbow knee together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stay here. Consider bending that back leg and finding your foot. Kicking the foot away. Yeah. Use this right foot to stabilize. Really nice. Release the foot, bring the hand around, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Sinking down, lifting the heart. Stay here. Or maybe find that back foot with your left hand. If you have the foot, release it gently. Tuck the back toes, turn the heel in, and then starting to straighten that front leg for triangle. Nice and easy, your hand can be way up on your shin. So for so many of us, we're used to coming into triangle from the top. We line it up. And so from coming from the bottom, it's just a whole new way of coming into the pose. Notice your reaction to that. I started our pre-class and a diatribe of what is normal and how our expectations of what's normal get in the way of us allowing ourselves to adapt, be creative, and find new ways to do things. And your practice is very much like that. If you always come into a pose the same way, are you willing to find a new view on how to come there, how to be in the pose, how to expand the pose? Release your hand down. Come up onto the back toes. Both hands are down. And then lengthen the spine forward. Our resistance to change has a direct impact on our level of suffering. Soften the front leg. Hi Lulu, step back to plank. This is Lulu if you're new to me. Usually a little mister here. Hold plank, don't go anywhere. Apparently Lulu is my yoga partner today. Nice and strong. Are you anticipating what's next? Just be here. Use knees if you need to. Shift to the toes. Halfway down chaturanga or the floor. Up dog or cobra. Inhaling. And downward facing dog with your exhale. First dog pose. Arms are long. Root down into the base of the index finger, the base of the thumb. Knuckles pressing down. Fingers graceful. Lengthening, fingertips rooting down. Hips high. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Walk, step, or lightly jump your feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And hands drawn to your heart with your exhale. Release your arms at your side. Turn your palms open. Turn your palms open. And then just bend at the elbows. Good. Receive the breath. This position is Hasta Mudra, receiving. Receive the practice ahead of you. It means that you have to stay open. Stay open. Stay open. Control what you can, the breath, some of your reactions, and then stay open. Release the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Forward fold, exhale. Come halfway up with your inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. So there's lots of ways to go through vinyasa. It doesn't have to be chaturanga. Maybe you lower to your belly and use cobra instead of upward facing dog. Maybe you skip it altogether. Just go straight to down dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, halfway. Hands flat, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Kneecaps lift, rise to stand. Hands into heart. Again, rising up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up, inhale. And hands into your heart, exhale. Really good. You're gonna bend your right knee. Pull the heel toward your sitting bone. Reach back for your foot. Good. And then take your pelvis and drop your tailbone down. So you're gonna try to keep your knees lined up. You can take your other hand to your hip. And so there's a pushing and a pulling. You're pushing the foot into the hand, you're pulling the hand against the foot. And again, pelvis stays level, knees stay even. Now maybe start to pull the elbow back and open up the shoulder so that you're getting this action in the shoulder. Yeah. Good. Stay in your breath. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Really nice. Really nice. I got the damage fees, I got the gold dust, I got the anesthesia when you chose up. This ain't a fantasy, we about to go up. See at the hand of me, never got no love, but understand me, maybe can mold us. And baby, I'm just trying to let my head. Draw the knee up, both arms up. Bring your foot to your inner leg, wherever that might be. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Take off my coat, do you promise to stay? If I give you my heart, would you throw it away? Do you mean what you say when you tell me you love me? Do you really? Do you really? Take this right foot, the lifted leg, you're gonna step it back. And you're gonna take your feet wide, knees and toes open, sink into goddess. So there's this point where, for most of us, we're kind of like, oh, it's challenging, but I could be here for a while. I don't know how long I'm gonna be kept here. Maeve might decide to be here for 3 minutes and we just kind of stop there. And I can say I do the same thing. Go a little past that. You won't be here for 3 minutes. Push your edge. Make it just a little uncomfortable. Not painful, just a little bit uncomfortable. So that you're awake. You're alert. You're in it. I'm having a bad toe. But the berries still come. Inhale, rise up. Pivot your feet, bring your hands behind your hips, lace your fingers, heart to sky, inhale. And then bowing forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. All along me, I can hear you. I'd occupy that. Can't sit back on your forming that. On my mind, our kids got bigger. Come halfway up with your inhale. Climbing down the bastion now. Pause, stretch the arms forward, shift into your toes. Don't go back into your heels, stay in your toes. And then rise all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Yes. Pick up your left toes, turn them toward the front of the mat. Sink down, Skandasana, if it's okay. These right toes are gonna go to the sky. And I cannot seem to carry it all. All along me, I can hear me, I can hear, I can hear. I can hear crying. Notice your reaction here. I'm happy here, so I'm like, yes. If you're not completely happy, just can you breathe through it? You're pretty open here, and you want to start to get that right sitting bone down toward the ground without collapsing that left knee. You start to sink into that hip. Ooh. Come all the way around the top of the mat. Bring your feet together. Come up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Draw your hands into your heart and pause. You're going to bend your left knee. You're going to pull the heel toward your sitting bone. You're going to reach back for that left foot with your left hand. And then just check in. So for me, I naturally go into a back bend here. My low back wants to arch. So then my front ribs draw back. My belly draws gently back. And then I start to feel the front of my left hip opening up. But if I let all of this go, this is going to do nothing. Yeah? And you start to push the foot into the hand. And notice if you just resist with the shoulder and you're like clamping down, let the shoulder go. Stretch here too. Bring the knee forward and then take it out to the side. You're going to bring your foot to your inner leg, wherever on your inner leg it wants to be. Tree pose. Step this left foot toward the back of your mat. You're going to find goddess, and you're also, on this round, going to push your edge a little bit. You are. You notice how I didn't make it optional? You're going to push your edge a little bit. Lengthen from inner thigh to inner knee. Inner thigh to inner knee, get longer. Yeah. Right your spine, right your spine. I know you know what that means. I know you know when you feel that. That's it, Susan, you went for it. Beautiful. Yes, Polo. So good. Yes, Denise, really nice. Last 3 breaths. What's your edge? Push past that edge. Inhale, rise up. Square your feet, bring your hands behind your hips, lace your fingers the opposite way, so whatever your opposite is. Bring your hands, your knuckles to your sacrum, elbows back, heart to sky, inhale. Keep your hands at your hips, come forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. And then without straightening the elbows all the way, start to reach the hands out. Just shy of fully straight. Let the head drop toward the floor. And open the arms any amount overhead. So what happens when we fully straighten the arms sometimes is if we have the tendency to hyperextend, we start to just stretch the elbows instead of opening up the shoulders. Yes. Yes, yes. Come up halfway, inhale. Stretch the arms overhead. Good, turn this right heel in, come on to the left heel, and Skandasana. step deeper on the first side, feel free to start to get that left sitting bone to kind of start wrapping down, but keep the right knee moving out. Good, come around, top of the mat. And step your feet together. Come halfway with your inhale. Fold with your exhale. Chair pose, bend your knees, move your shins toward the back of your mat. Lift the spine, neutralize the spine. See if you can bring the biceps closer to your ears, lifting upward. One more inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. Inhale back, open the hip, keep both of your hands down, and then open the hip as much as you can, bringing that foot around. And then maybe come onto the pinky side of the left foot, and just lift up the right hand, but without putting the right foot down. And then right foot top of the mat. Crescent pose, rising up. Energy of the back leg is that of straightening, even if it's not straight. The energy of straightening, even if it's not straight. Pushing the knee toward the sky, the thigh toward the sky. Front heel heavy, sink into that right hip. And the spine rises like crazy. One more inhale. Come forward with your exhale. Straighten the front leg. Bow over. Hands on the ground if you need it. If you don't need it, sweep the arms back behind you. Consider lacing the hands and stretching the knuckles away from the hips. Turn the back heel down. Right hand comes down to the ground. Triangle, opening up. We've been here once. Maybe a little deeper, maybe not, maybe less deep. Read your response, read your body. It's okay. Left palm turns toward the back of your mat. You bring your hand behind your back. Half wrap, bringing that left hand to your right thigh. And then contain the front ribs. Draw the back ribs into that left forearm by pulling the front ribs into your back ribs gently. Look down toward the floor. Bend your front knee, taking off half moon. Keep this wrap if you can. If you want, bend the left leg, the top leg. Maybe your right hand, maybe your bottom hand comes to your foot. Chair pose, inhale, unravel. Push your edge. Don't be comfortable. Don't be comfortable. There's no point in being comfortable. Be very, very uncomfortable. Yes, yes. Come down, boat pose. Sit and lift. Move forward of your tailbone. Knees bent if you need. This has less to do with how strong you are, has more to do with tight hamstrings. So don't worry if your knees need to be bent. It's not a lesser version.
Tell me what just happened over there.
Good. You're gonna lower to low boat. Shoulders are curling up. Soft, even breath.
Tell me what just happened over there.
Rise back up to boat. Bend the knees if you're not sure. Come back down, low boat. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift, down, lift, stay, cross your shins, vinyasa, or simply step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back. Left knee, left tricep, exhale. Inhale, back, keep both of your hands down. Open up, open up, open up. Stay here. Or come onto the pinky side of your right foot. Start to get lighter in the left hand, but consider not touching the foot down. And then left foot top of the mat. Crescent, rising up. Generous bend in the front leg. Energy of straightening the back leg, whether it's straight or not. So you're pushing the thigh back, you're pushing the knee up, even if it's bent.
Tell me what just happened over there. You can hear my soul. You can hear my soul.
You have time. Take your time. Inhale. Rise up. Start to hinge from that left hip to bow forward. If you need to, hands come to the ground. If it's okay to sweep the arms back behind you, lace your hands the awkward way or less familiar way.
under, maybe lace the hands, stretch the knuckles for your heels, stretch your knees for the front of your mat. Heart toward your chin, shoulders foundationally pushing you down to open the heart more.
I can't play with you no more. I don't know how I'm gonna do what mama told me. My friend, the boy next.
Exhale, releasing down, rolling up into boat, crossing the shins, chaturanga vinyasa, or just downward facing dog. Pause and down dog. We're gonna do all that a wee bit faster. You are welcome to take things out, to add things in, to give it your own flair, to follow what your body is asking for. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. Inhale back, open the hip. Maybe come onto the pinky side of that left foot. Maybe lift this right hand but without touching the floor. Maybe even find your right foot with your right hand. Step right foot, top of the mat. Crescent, inhale. Bow forward, start to straighten the front leg. Maybe lace the hands behind the back and open up. Triangles, left heel roots down, right hand releases down. Sweep the left arm up, and then half wrap if you like it. Bend the front leg. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. With or without any variations. Chair pose, top of the mat. Sink down, sink down, sink down. Boat pose. Low boat pose. Bend the knees, bridge pose, rise up. Release it back down. Roll up to boat. Cross the shins, chaturanga. Rise. Down dog. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale back, open the hip. Open, open. Maybe lift that left hand up. Maybe find the left foot. And then step top of the mat. Crescent. Inhale. And then bow forward, straighten the front leg. Maybe lacing the hands. Triangle, back heel roots down. Open up. And then bring your hand behind your back. Bend the front leg. Half moon. I'm laughing because my cat, Lulu, is knocking things off of my platform right now because I haven't given her enough love. She's out of the video, I swear to God. Come to chair. This is going to be one thing after another here. Sinking down. And then boat pose. Come here. And then low boat. And then bridge, or if you feel good, upward facing bow, rising up. We'll stay for a few breaths since you haven't had the opportunity for upward facing bow. Come on back down. And then roll up to boat. That's your shins. Chaturanga. Rise. And downward facing dog. Really nice. Give yourself a moment. Right leg back, inhale. That was your moment. Cross to the left. Stay here. You've got about 5 breaths. Work the back leg strong. Try to lift that knee higher on that left arm. Inhale, up and back. And then right foot between your hands. Pick up the back leg, warrior 3. Maybe arms overhead, maybe lace behind the hips, whatever feels good to you today, out to the side. And then bend the front leg, step the left foot way back. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Maybe take the right foot a little wider and then back knee down. We've been here. Options for change. Maybe bring the left forearm down to the ground and then find the foot. Or not. You don't have to find the foot.
One by one, we watch the stars.
If you have the foot, release it. Right hand to the inside of your right foot, left toes tuck. Come back up onto the left hand, straighten your back leg, turn the back heel in. Just see if you can stay low. Just see if you can stay low. Opening up, rolling open, Parsva Konasana, side angle. Of course, if this doesn't feel good, you just bring your arm up to your thigh. But just try it, Last breath in. And then come around. Step back to plank. Your choice, vinyasa or not. And then left leg back in hand. Cross over to the right. You've got about 5 breaths here. Lift the knee up. Inhale, up and back. Place your foot forward. Taking off into warrior 3.
One by one, we watch the stars.
Inner right thigh lifting. Pinky toe on the right leg, kind of wrapping down toward the floor. Outer right hip, gently wrapping down toward the floor, so that you're working to keep the hips fairly square. Fairly square, don't be rigid in it. Rebend the front leg, step the right foot back, bring your hands to the inside of your left foot, so take the left foot a little wider if you need. Back knee down if it's okay. Right forearm down if it's okay. If you want, back foot connected with left hand. If you have the foot, release it. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, turn the heel in. Consider left hand to the floor, dropping deep into that left hip, and then rolling open, Parsvakonasana. So the arm and the leg work together to roll open more. Inner right thigh raises upward and back. One more inhale. Come around, stay with me. Step back to plank. Lower to your belly. Bend your knees. If you don't feel comfortable in Dhanurasana, keep your hands right where they are, curling up. If you feel comfortable, curling up and then reaching back for your feet. And then pushing the foot on each side into the hand. And then opening up, allowing the shoulders to release. One more inhale. Release, exhale. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Really beautiful. You have a moment here to pause, to check in, to breathe, to slow down. high to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, bend the knees. Right knee rises up. Right heel comes toward hip and back. Right hand to right foot. And then Nalarajasana. Push. Inhale, rise back up. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Open up, goddess, as deep as you can, just for like 2 breaths. Rise up. Square your feet. Forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale if you're comfortable. Top of the head comes to the floor. You've created a triangle, hands and head. And then maybe you start to feel a shift out of the legs and into the arms. Maybe you just straddle the legs. Elbows hug toward each other. And then slowly hover the feet if you were in headstand. And then release the feet down. Pull the heart forward. Left heel turns in, Skandasana. Maybe this right sitting bone comes down. All a massive maybe, humongous maybe. Maybe this left knee comes around and you come forward. Inhale, rise if you're here. Come back out with control. Come around top of the mat, step your feet together. Chair, inhale. Left knee rises up. Bring your heel toward your sitting bone. Back, back, back. Find that left foot with your left hand. And then hinging and tipping, pushing the foot away. Keeping the heart rising. Come back up to stand slowly. And then step this left foot back to the mat. Got it, sink down, just 2 breaths, go all in, all in, all in. Rise up, square the feet, Prasarita Padottanasana. Good, stay here, or you have a second shot at headstand. Come on back down. Lengthen up. Good. Give it a pause. Really feel the full extension. And then coming into Skandasana. Maybe this right sitting bone comes down. Massive maybes. Maybe this right knee comes around. And then you come forward. Yeah. Don't have to do it ever. If you come with me, coming back out the same way we came in. So lifting, turning open, pushing to rise. Bring the hands around. Bring both feet to the back of your mat. chaturanga if you would like. Rising, upward facing dog, knees down, belly to spine, child's pose, press back. Good, come up onto hands and knees, tuck the toes, down dog. Right knee comes forward for single leg pigeon. If this doesn't work, thread the needle, double pigeon, something else that feels good. So we're gonna stay upright. We're gonna stay upright. You don't have to have your front shin crazy toward the front of the mat. That makes it much harder to be upright. So maybe bring the foot back toward the left hip a little bit more, and I think you'll feel like a lot more stable and a little more ease. So while I want you to push your edge a little bit, I also want you to feel safe. You can stay here, arm support. If you want, you can bend this back leg, find the foot, maybe start to bring the foot into the elbow. And then maybe bring this right arm from above, and then taking the hands together. So pushing into the front shin, pushing into the back thigh and knee. And that's going to give you a little elevation as opposed to just flat down. Last 2 breaths. Come around, forearms. Tuck the left toes, take the right leg back, forearm plank, nice and strong. You can use your knees if you need to. Spread the shoulder blades wide, spread the collarbones broad. If you need a child's pose, you'll take a child's pose. If you don't need a child's pose, you can stay in plank or walk your feet into dolphin, please. And then from wherever you are, you'll make your way back into downward facing dog. If you're in dolphin, take a little step back, push into your hands and just see if you can lift the elbows up together. And then left knee comes forward, single leg pigeon on the second side. And we're staying upright. So again, maybe bring this foot a little closer to your right hip as opposed to being way up here and struggling to be here. And then option to bend the back leg. And then to draw the foot in and see if you can take the elbow possibly into the foot into the elbow. And then maybe this left arm comes up and around. And then you push and you lift a little bit. And then carefully releasing around, coming onto your forearms. Tucking the back toes and taking the left leg back, forearm plank. Heart stretches forward, gaze stretches a little forward. Spread the shoulder blades, spread the collarbones. And then you can stay here, child's pose or dolphin again. This time in dolphin, if you'd like, come high into the left toes, take your right leg up, start to shift forward, and just start to play with the idea of catching even just like a millisecond of balance, and then switch the legs. And then take the feet back a little more, a lot more, knees down, Rising up, Ustrasana. Just one, I swear, I promise. Hands gonna be at the hips. Open the shoulder girdle, open the heart, elbows hug in. If you want, hands can come to your heels. They don't have to. You're moving your shoulders away from the heels. Your heart away from the heels. Rise with an inhale. Bring your hands down with your exhale. Tuck your toes. Last vinyasa if you choose to take it. I may have said that already. I don't think I did that. I hope not. Heels up, knees bend, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair. Pick up your left knee. Rise up to stand. And then bring that heel back by your sitting bone. Reach back with your left hand. Maybe take the inner foot this time. So maybe here. Maybe start to work the foot into the elbow. Yeah? Maybe. Right hand comes from the top. And then we find Urdhvasana with a different arm variation. Yeah? All maybes, all maybes. Yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. And then chair pose. Gently back through. Forward fold, pause. Rock your weight around. You can separate your feet if you'd like. Come back to center, chair again, inhale. Right knee rises up. Bring the right foot behind. Find the foot. Maybe take the foot into the elbow. And then start to open. And then rise back through, come back to chair, and then forward fold. Separate the feet, definitely as wide as the hips, maybe even a little wider. And then take hold of your elbows and just rock your weight side to side, please. Maybe do a little circle or semicircle, elbow to opposite leg and then out and away from the legs. Come through center, bend your knees, Malasana. You can bring the feet in closer if you want to. Heart rises, breath. Just receive what you've done physically with your breath, focusing the mind. It's not your job to judge it. You can be an observer, not a critic. Words are powerful. We know that when we speak them out loud to other people. Be aware of that, the way you speak to yourself. They're, if not more powerful when you speak them to yourself. Release your hands down, square your feet. Halfway inhale, pause. Hands to your hips, exhale, pause. Shoulders open, inhale, rise up. Reach your arms up to the sky. Just take a moment, maybe bring your feet together if it feels good. And then hands draw onto your heart. So we're gonna take 2 minutes. I didn't do any arm balances today. If you feel like you need an arm balance, and why didn't you do arm balances? Do that. If you feel like you wanna do core, and I didn't do enough of that for you, you'll do that. If you'd like to get upside down, handstand, or headstand or forearm balance, this is a great opportunity. Shoulder stand, really nice to get upside down. If you need something a little quieter, legs up the wall, fantastic. Okay, so if you're not familiar with legs up the wall, get your hips to the wall, get thee to the wall, turn, and elevate your legs. If you're working on an inversion, consider entering the posture in a different way. Like if you keep doing the same thing every single time, maybe it's working for you, maybe it's not, consider trying something else. If you always lift into handstand with your right leg up in the air, consider taking your left leg up in the air, or maybe taking both legs up together. Adaptation. Pushing your comfort zone, getting a little uncomfortable. You're in your last minute. If you are in a headstand or in forearm balance Pincha Mayurasana, please come to child's pose. If you are in a shoulder stand, come out through plow. Fish pose if you like it, which looks like this. Or you can take a forward fold or a twist. If you're in a handstand, you're pretty good unless you need to stretch on your wrists, you can take Padahastasana. And then we're gonna come onto our backs when you're ready. Both knees are bent. Take your time, by the way, if you're coming out of a counter pose and you need more time, take your time. You're gonna take your right foot, pinky side of the foot to the crease of the left hip. You're gonna hold your foot. You're gonna take an inhale. With your exhale, you're just gonna press the right knee away from the right shoulder. Inhale, ease up on it. Exhale, press. Just keep following the breath that way. Inhale and exhale. So that you might start to notice that you gradually open more than you expect here. When you find a spot where it feels pretty good, you're a little challenged, but you're safe, you can stay exactly like this. You can walk your left foot across toward your right sitting bone. And then if you want, you can release the hips like so. Release the legs like so, I should say. If you know you're comfortable, or if you think you might be comfortable in Padmasana, lotus, you can take this left leg, and sometimes you need some help to do so. You bring it in front of the right, and then maybe you start up instead of down, yeah? Maybe you bring the legs down. I ask for no pain in your knees or in your back. So if you're choosing to go full lotus and you're received with pain and suffering, I ask you to kindly come out and avoid the pain and suffering. Last few breaths. And so we come out the same way we came in. If you are legs to the ground, you'll carefully draw the legs up. If you need to help them up with your hands, do so. If you brought the left leg in front, you can help it out if you're not sure. Bring the left foot to the floor and then bring the right foot down to the floor. And just take a pause, soften the gaze, take a breath, see how that feels. It's important that we get the feedback of the poses. And then take the left foot, bring it over to the right hip. Your exhale gently moves the knee away from you. The inhale creates some space and some length. The exhale gently moves away. This is perfect. This does not have to change. Maybe walk the right foot over toward the left hip. You can release the knees down from there. If you'd like, you can stay up. Take the right leg up. You can help it in front of the left. So you have to push the left knee forward, bring the right foot in front. And then from there, either staying where you are or bringing the legs down. And then reversing back out, carefully drawing the legs up if they're down, carefully releasing the right leg, foot to the floor, left leg, foot to the floor. Take a pause, take the feet as wide as your mat, drop your knees into each other. Let's reverse that slightly. And then drop both of your knees to the right, take your arms out to the sides. Easy twist. Come back through center, switch the knees to the left. Draw back to center. If there's anything you need so that Shavasana feels good, do it right now. And then when you're ready, release the legs out, release the arms, the eyes, the jaw, lips, cheeks, all your muscles. Allow your breath to become soft. Simply be here to receive whatever your practice has to give you today. your attention to come back to your breath. Start to become aware of your body. It doesn't mean that you have to move, just become aware of how your body feels here in this moment. And then when you are ready, you're going to find your way to seated however you want to get there. It could be arms overhead, knees bend all to your side. It could be knees to your chest, rock up to seated at whatever pace is good for you. If you're not ready to move yet, stay where you are. Stay where you are if you're not ready to move. And then once you're seated, just let your hands rest on your thighs again. Notice the effects of your practice. This is a little bit preaching to the choir because you're all here, but these changes that we're going through, this way that we have to practice now, which is different for most of us. A lot of us are used to being in the studio. Some of us practice remote consistently. It's different, but you adapted. And that's what's the important thing, is that instead of suffering and lamenting what we don't have, we adapt and we find a way to do the things that are important to us. To integrate the things that make us better into our world, even if they've in some way been taken away, right? We can't be together in the classroom, but we can be together here in this modality. And so we have some control over our suffering. A little bit, just a little bit, especially when it feels really bleak. We've had a hard week this week. So we take control of what we can control, the breath, your decision to come onto your mat, your decision to come here with me today. I'm so thankful that you did. Bring your hands together at your heart. Take a long inhale together. Feel the breath that you're giving to each other. Bow your mind to your heart. In gratitude always, thank you for being here. Namaste.